What's up YouTube, COD Format 2 on here, and welcome back to our online replay. This time we're doing a 3 vs 3 on Halo 400, but there's a little bit of a catch. Well, not a catch, there's a little bit of condition here. So when I opened up UA, which is in my name right here, Max has put it on already. United Allies, that's kind of the group we have for people to play Total War games together, Hearts of Iron, Company of Heroes. We met these three guys. Taint Cactus, I know, is pretty much on almost every day on the TeamSpeak there. Evil and Schnappy. So we're basically doing a 3 vs 3. We're on the TeamSpeak communicating so they could talk together. Now the one thing I do want to preface is that Lipton, Max, and I play a lot of matches together, so we're kind of a built team already. So we kind of know each other's strengths and weaknesses, kind of how to work together. The other team here, I don't think any of them actually played before with each other or knew each other before coming in. So they're kind of just it's like being put together with people like that are random. So that's all I wanted to say there. Anyway, we're gonna get started on this match here. I'm playing as the British. So is actually Max is the Russians and Lipton's the Americans. So we have all the allies here. I'm gonna get behind heavy cover here. I am going up against Schnappy. I do love his name. Like it's nice that say it's a little bit German there, right? We can I can do a little bit of the German. I pronounce a little bit of the German correctly compared to the. Compared to some of the other languages that I've tried to pronounce, or especially Latin on any of the Rome videos I've done. Anyway, so they've Tanked is gonna be taking the center here, gonna be squaring off against Max and Lipton. I got a machine gun into the house here to suppress his unit size, kind of luring him into a trap here. But I am gonna hold this now. You have to hold the victory point in order to get the fuel, so that's kind of an important thing. You can see these guys are under fire. You know, it's amazing that a unit like that close can actually not hit anything. It's all to deal with the health though. So now we aren't in any kind of cover. There's no real cover for us to take on. We could have maybe shifted over to the trees a little bit, but he's going to retreat there, and Max is going to outflank him. So we're going to consider the north. The south has already fallen. We're not really focusing on the south. They're doubling the middle. Max is kind of floating between us, and Lipton's going to push in. And they even have a mortar out. It's a little early for a mortar with no proper machine gun support out first. So if you get a mortar that early, I mean, it's kind of important to be able to defend it. Even with a couple grenadiers, maybe. But it's also only 2 minutes into the game, so. You can see Max's large outflank maneuver. And Evil's going to be in the south. Evil is a max rank here. Just wanted to point that out. So I am securing the fuel up north for my team here. I am also building something. I'm building a trench right here to give my men some cover, because I'm going to try to lock down the north. Now, one of the critical things of the United States is to get bars, and I'm sure Lipton will get them when he can. But he is outnumbered 2 to 1 up here, but we do have a Kupelwagen. We also have troops inside the trench here. As if Evil's trying to execute a pincer assault with 2 units and keeping the attention. But there is Russians up here covering that, so he has to fall back, or he's going to risk losing his Kupelwagen there. But it's definitely fun to play a match with some subscribers, and just, you know, before we did this match, we were just talking in the general chat room there. It doesn't have a ton of people on right now. I was also just want to update. The reason it's been so long since the last Company of Heroes 2 video is because my computer is actually in the shop. I had a bad power supply, and my computer is smelling like burning, so I had to get that sorted out. And then we had another issue with like Windows 10 kind of corrupting a little bit. So I had to get the Windows 10 reinstalled and all the new drivers and a new hard drive and everything. So long story short, the computer's back. It's up and running now. It's great, and I can now keep doing more of these videos. I'm going to be doing Company of Heroes 2 and also Hearts of Iron 4. I'm actually really enjoying that game. It's rare that I lose track of time as much as I do with some of these Paradox games. I liked Europa Universalis 4 a lot. But then they kind of made it a little too complicated for my liking lately. And some of the latest things. So there's DLC you can turn off and on. But this is Company of Heroes 2 video. We're going to need to hear about Hearts of Iron 4. So I'm going to continue to try to hold the flank here. He's just on the outside range of my Vickers here, which is unfortunate. And look at that, he just got sniped. Yeah, that was brutal. So yeah, now all 3 of them are focusing on the center here. The north is secure. I do have a machine gun and a squad over here. Machine guns facing towards the victory point here, and they can flank around, but I think we'll be fine. Because you know what we can do? With the Fog of War, I can see if he has any units kind of moving this way. So I can kind of see what's going on. That's something the watchtowers need to be rebalanced and taken out of this map. I love this map, but the watchtowers are very overpowered. They have way too far sight range here for balance. Anyway, that sniper's getting a decent amount of kills here. It is tanked. But he doesn't realize I'm going to start trying to shoot at him, and I'm almost actually going to lose my squad here, so need a couple more troops here. But I'm going to try to take this guy out eventually. He's got 6 kills already, so he's paying for himself already. But we have very nice. I'm actually using some mortars here. So we have a nice 3-inch mortar emplacement here on the hills to help cover our troops here. I'm going to move in with I'm doing a barrage behind the sniper here, and I figure that if he's not careful, he's going to get himself killed here. So he barely got away from it. He's about half health there. And we're going to try to set up a forward base up here, which we do with the ambulance here from Lipton. So working together as a team, we're basically holding the hill completely against 3 of them. They do the fuel in the south, but when there's nothing to defend, Lipton's going to move on in. That's just a shadow. Lipton's going to move on in with some bars and start taking some of the southern points. It looks like they had been looks like Evil was trying to fortify along here to block that cover. Maybe I don't know what necessarily. You need barbed wire. You did barbed wire here. That's a pro thing to block cover from your opponent, denying cover. So you can see here with the Fog of War, I can see that he's moving. Like I can see this and all this, and I can see where he's coming from. So it's very good that we control. So this is more important than probably, you know, the VP at this point. We start losing in the south now, and what that will do is that'll actually cut them off from fuel. So look at this. We're gonna do a quick response force. Max's conscripts, my troops here, my machine gun setting up. Gonna go around my defenses. But there'd also be a good assault here, but we have a light infantry where we're able to maneuver off the hill here and quickly counter any kind of attack that comes here. And it's necessary to try to flank around this side, but I did have that cover with a machine gun. And I have a Vickers also on the hill here that's gonna... I mean, he almost lost all his units there. I almost ran through the Molotov right there. That would have not been smart. So I'm going to try to heal up my units and get them back to the hill. So because we control this hill, which is such a dominating position on this map, we can flank north or right. We can respond at attacks here. And you can see Lipton just killed a Kupovaga with his captain here. I do like this skin though. Pretty cool. However, this is actually almost right to his base. You know what's funny is that whenever I play on this map, I'm mostly on this side. I don't know if there's a better side or not, but I'm usually always focused on the north. Anyway, good use of the Lukes right here. It's going to push Lipton back. His captain's lucky to get away alive at all. But keep in mind we do have both fuels here that were briefly secured, so we now have a Stewart out. I'm going to be saving up for my good old Cromwell. Great tank. And I don't actually need... I can't get this just yet, but I don't need the supply half track just yet, because I can reinforce off of Lipton back here, which is great. So we can kind of see any of their movements that they're doing. And the sniper's still alive, but he's on half health, so it might be worth building a medical bunker, or even just going over to the OKW's medical bunker. And now we have the German forces a little bit blobbed up here. Kind of are in a choke point. It's definitely better to give individual units commands and try to outflank. I mean, this game looks pretty cool here. Yeah, a mortar would be great right here. That could kill like 15, 20 guys. Yeah, they're definitely blobbed up here. There's 4 units. And it is going to push us back. You can see the conscripts are in retreat here. And he hasn't actually really lost anybody, so... The push is definitely real here, but my mortar's gonna. We have a 120mm mortar here. Lipton tried to grab the bar here, so he wouldn't give it to the Germans, and he lost his squad there. We're gonna start giving them heavy bombardment here. Now keep in mind that more units on a point. Look at that. Great use of that thing. More units on a point don't help capture it faster. Just keep that in mind. So I'm actually going to aim right for the sniper. The counterattack's going to happen here. I picked up the bar to deny to the enemy here, and the sniper is in trouble here. Will he get away? Nope.
Jerry has 300 points remaining.
He got away there. Anyway, look at this massive flank by Schnappe here. Very good, but luckily we're able to kind of. If he just had a couple more units, I mean, this is the problem. Is he's now behind us, so he has to retreat. Good use trying to actually get behind my mortar place, but we were able to turn our units here. If this was coordinated a little bit better with his push up here, that would have been pretty good, because that was a very decent flank here. But those guys died to a mine. See, they're reinforcing back here. They do have recon going. You can see it's going to be hard because we're pretty entrenched in this area here. Actually, they killed half of the mortar crew here with the incendiary grenade there. Looks like some smoke has been popped. You pretty much contain these guys. They're actually going to try to flank around again. I do like all the bunkers here, but they're cool, but you should like never use these bunkers on this map because one grenade takes out like your whole squad. Anyway, once again, turn on the fog of war here. We can see them for like a mile away.
Cromwell gun tank ready for action.
And yeah, they're forced back. So they got their fuel back though, so that's good. But now we have a Cromwell and we have an SU here, so. You know, maybe he built these sandbags and didn't complete them just to deny cover that way. I don't know, maybe this one provides a little bit of cover because it's mostly done. I don't know. Evil, if you're watching, let me know. So I'm kind of curious about that. So the Conjures are going to move on in here and capture this point again. We have all the munitions, one fuel, and we're making attacks in the south, which he's holding on against. Nice use of the sandbag right here on the victory point. Anyway, you give the conscripts PPSH, this will make them quite deadly. We have someone coming down here. It looks like some recon.
You can order Beaufort's emplacements to be built.
Smoke. Nice. He used smoke to cover himself. That's very good. They're going to run like hell from the Stuka-Sufus here. These guys are forced to fall back. I do have... So, this is kind of risky what I'm doing here, but... I was looking for the Stuka-Sufus here. And I see an AT gun there, so I'm going to back up. This was almost a mistake here. Now, I feel okay to actually... I was on prioritized view, so my tank was not shooting at all. But keep in mind, with the fog of war, I can see their units if they'd be coming around here to cover my flanks, so... Watchtowers are very important.
Reinforcements are ready. A supply carrier and weapons sections are available.
I now have the half track if I need. Now he's trying to build a fuel cache right here. I won't suggest doing it under fire necessarily, and generally my rule for building fuel caches, it's hard because I don't have a lot of the map, but you generally want one territory between your opponent, between your fuel cache and your opponent. So for instance, having this territory here, it'd be okay to build a fuel cache there. Or for instance, if you build a fuel cache down here, it's protected because there's a fuel point. There's a point right here, and it's better that way. It gives you more. It's more safe to do that because it costs you 200 manpower. Speaking of manpower, I'm floating a ton of manpower right now. But once again, I'm feeling pretty confident in in my forces here, so I kind of don't think I need another one. I'm just gonna build a buffers, a Bofors. Where are you supposed to pronounce it? Bofors, not buffers. And that should help protect the victory point even more. I was trying to build it so the gun was actually facing like here, but we'll see. Another assault's coming up the hill here. And they're forced to fall back there. We have some fuel caches put down by Max, so that's helping to get our fuel count to 32 per minute. They do have a Sugus. This is actually very good to actually get a Sugus here. We're pretty bunched up on the hill here. If you're a Sugus and you're repairing your tank, immediately hop in it because it could kill your crew like that. I mean, my mortar emplacement has 8 kills and is 10 kills. It almost wiped out that whole unit there. Once again, just one mortar in place, and we're not going to spam these things. So you can see the guys are facing the wrong way here. But they can turn around and do some damage. Looks like we're still firing. I guess I did a barrage somewhere. So, until we can completely collapse the south, and we're basically still kind of, they're still in this right now. I'm grabbing another. I realize I'm floating like 1,000 manpower, so I'm going to grab another infantry section here. And, you know, it might be even worth getting. I think I'm saving up for a Firefly here.
An infantry section of Tommies has been trained.
Get some more Tommies here. I can't remember if on this one or another match I built a forward HQ. I just made sure I took out that. He had an AT gun hiding here. I just wanted to make sure I could take out that fuel cache, so once and for all to make sure he didn't have any. So I can still see all his units moving here, so the attack is not really surprising here. And I have my machine gun here, I have my troops here, I can turn the machine gun like I'm thinking they're going to assault from this angle here.
Jerry's got 200 points remaining.
I like all the dust, like this is cool. I think I had this effect turned off. Maybe I optimized, but they have a searchlight. They're looking for my units here, and they can actually see them. If you have fog of war turned off, I can. You can see if he's. Yeah, he's moving that. When he stops it, I'll show you what it looks like when the fog of war when we can't see where this guy is. Okay, so take a look at this. So it's right here, right? So when you see that on your vehicles, they have an infrared and they can see it also. Anyway, we're trying to counter this. Wow. The Katusha was trying to take out the Stugsfus, I think. They have a lot of AT guns over here. Lipton has a, what's called a Jackson, it's not a Hellcat. And I have a Firefly here, so I have a pretty balanced force. You can see Max is going to move in right here, do a little outflanking maneuver. I would immediately start targeting these guys here. So if we can cut off their fuel here, they'll be in trouble. Nice grenade out. Forced retreat there. Look at all these conscripts. Okay, check out this assault. They hit my mine over here, and they're actually going to wipe out. They have an infantry support gun that's probably going to wipe. They have 2 of them that are probably going to wipe out my base here. So this is a problem, but I have a lot of units, and I even gave these guys some P8s, which are anti-tank. And I did not see. I didn't think they had all these forces here. I just saw Schnappy. This is a little bit of a blob here. There's like 8 units right here. I kind of underestimated. I couldn't see how many AT units he had, so I'm gonna have to fall back. I'm almost gonna lose my Firefly here.
An emplacement is being attacked.
But I do manage to get my Firefly out of here. And thank you, Max, for your Katusha. He just great hits on that. He's been using this thing very well. 15 kills. I love that. It's only bullets, lads, he says. I'm hoping I can kill this half-track with my tank, but I do have to be careful. So my infantry is getting shredded. Actually, you know what I'm doing? I'm killing the infantry support guns here. I don't want to be able to reman those. So I took a lot of losses. They took a lot of losses. It was a big push there from two armies. But as those two guys focused up north, not being tanked, the south has begun to fall to Lipton. Evil's beginning to lose hold on the south. So this was just a fun 3v3 with these guys on the UA TeamSpeak, their United Allies. I would suggest for newer players to try to find some people that are friends you can just play a bunch of matches with, kind of learn. I did kind of, these guys didn't really know each other before, so it's kind of different when it's like playing with randoms. You never know if you're lucky or not, or how much communicating was actually going on. Anyway, you can see they're pushing up here. Grenades going out. 1 versus 5 units is not going to be good, so Lipton's going to have to retreat from that. My tank is hopefully going to get repaired here. I'm actually repairing this. I don't want to lose this. I invested fuel in it. It costs 30 fuel, and then to even get it, you have to pay another. So it's like 45 fuel to even get one. So we're at least taking their fuel here. I like this kind of southern area here. It's pretty cool with the giant crater there.
Keep up the good work, everyone. They're down to 100 points.
I got hit by a Stigosifus here, but managed to pull my units out because I knew he was going to target this. Alright, the mortar's set up, so the bofors should help if he decides to attack here. I need a machine gun in my tank here. This guy is getting repaired. Even Max is helping me here. I have my units. I did build a forward assembly here, and now it's a forward retreat point, so I can give all my units nice Brens, and I'm going to make sure I hold that north. But they're only down to 83 victory points because we held the victory point again in the south, so Lipton's been really good about harassing the southern position there. And the north has a pretty strong force up here. Hack. I love how the British say AA. And let's see what's going on in the south here. More fights. Bars are just going to probably shred those units. Oh, Stigosifus coming in. That would have wiped out all those units if Lipton had not retreated.
Enemy down to 75 points. Awaiting order. Tank ready and waiting.
So I'm still on the north. The center hasn't been really opposed. We're keeping him on the defensive, Evil in the south here. And it's up to Schnappy and Tank to actually try to push in the center. You can see that Max has a SU. He's going to try to take out. He's going to try to take out this PO cache. And this guy's all repaired. The other guy's getting repaired. I feel pretty confident about the north here. No real issues. He's now launching the regroup losses.
Improved grenades are being supplied to Tommies.
So this basically gives you lost manpower. So this is their big assault here. I do have an AT gun though in the trench and a machine gun to hold the infantry back. And this is a blob here. Mostly from technically you need to spread out your units a little bit. Brilliant use of the smoke here though. That is excellent. It covers my AT and the machine gun for killing these units. However, I was able to hit him, snipe him with that. Look at that. A nice use of the Stigosifus there. So that's when I decided to surrender because I had the giant force here outflanking everybody, but that was pretty good use of the smoke there. I want to know who did that before we end the video here. Evil, no. Might have been Schnappy. Nope, it was tanked. Tank, that was a very good use of the smoke there because that covered my machine gun from seeing his infantry and the AT. The problem was is that I had already been able to see him with the Sherman Firefly back here and was able to hit his tank in the rear armor. Good game to these guys. It was definitely fun meeting them and playing on the TeamSpeak. If you're looking for someone, try to get you and your buddy on the TeamSpeak, the United Allies. It's going to be in the description down below. And, try to form a team. Use that as an advantage to communicate in battles. Anyway, there's the kills and deaths you guys can see on the top left. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Copperman 221 signing off. Hope you enjoy.